Hey everybody, welcome to Brick Wall Productions. I'm your host Rich. Today we have a great show with Sean Kanan. You know him as Mike Barnes from Karate Kid 3 and the new Cobra Kai series, but there's a lot more to him. Here we go. Thank you, Sean, for being here.
My pleasure. We had a couple of obstacles we both had to overcome to get here,
but it worked.
Yeah.
You're still recovering from the shoulder surgery?
I am. Yeah, I had it on July 11th, and you know what the worst part is? It's uncomfortable and it hurts and all that, but it's the sleep. I just am not getting any good quality sleep, which is so important.
Are you in a recliner trying to sleep at first, or
no? I'm beyond that. I actually bought a recliner from Amazon and had it delivered. Yeah, I slept in that for the first probably week and a half. And now I'm back in the bed, which is good for me. My wife, I'm probably driving her nuts, though, flipping around like a fish out of water.
Yep. Yeah. I'm on one side, back to the other one with my shoulder from before. So, I mean, I know it's just
exactly. All. That's all right. That which doesn't kill us.
Yep.
It makes us want.
You have bad luck with the karate, right? I mean, with the Karate Kid movies, because you had that the stomach thing in part 3, right? I mean, you almost died.
No, I don't choose to look at it as bad luck. I choose to look at it as good luck because I could have died and I made it through. So, it's all how you reframe the story, right?
Okay, that is true. You had some obstacles to overcome with the Karate Kid, I guess. With the shoulders, with this and that. So, but you did it.
For sure. Yeah, adapt and overcome. That's what you do.
Yep. How is it for somebody from the Midwest initially, and then East Coast, to move to California and then be in that like movie star culture? I mean, like you're watching these guys on in the movie theaters, and now you're with them and doing movies with them. Was that pretty wild at first, or?
It was. It was very surreal. I had met Billy in about 1987 or early 88, before I did Karate Kid 3. I was guest starring on a TV show, and a friend of his was the other guest star. And so Billy came to set, and I met him. I didn't meet Ralph until I screen tested with him after the open call. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like a pinch me moment, but I had to very quickly put that to the side and realize that, there was a lot on the line. I mean, it was the third installment of a very successful international franchise, and it wasn't playtime.
Right. Yeah. I was in the Navy, so this was 88 when that came out. I was 20 years old in the Navy, and I think watching your character was like the start of my rooting for the bad guy kind of issue. How many times we said your karate's a joke, like with my friends, and that kind of
right.
Yeah, I mean, you did a great job, and everybody loved you, I'm sure. What do people like when they see you? What's the tagline they say to you? Is that one of them, or?
Yeah, your karate's a joke. I get that a lot.
Right.
I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to be able to have co-opted and branded a tagline like that. I mean, I don't know if it's cool as make it with the choppers. But,
right.
But it's up there, right?
And your article with the Black Belt magazine, your karate is a joke. I mean that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, you read that article? Cool.
Yeah,
that was really fun. It was an interesting experience. Going up and training with Adam McKinley, a guy that I'd never met before, and writing an article for Black Belt about that. Yeah. Right. So for those people that haven't read it, I wrote an article for Black Belt magazine about going up and training for about 5 days with an amazing martial artist named Adam McKinley.
You met him on like TikTok or something, right?
I saw him on Instagram, and he's throwing these unbelievable kicks, and
amazing.
And then we went from DMing each other to it's kind of like, it sounds like a Tinder date or something.
Oh yeah.
So we started talking on the phone, and then next thing you know, it was like, why don't you come on up? And I told my wife, I was like, this guy may wear my face as a mask. I'm not sure, or it might turn out to be really great, but I'm going to go do it.
If you don't see me again, this is where I went.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a great experience.
If you didn't make it in movies, what was your goal to do, or was it always just being an actor?
My goal was always to be an actor. It was. I had thought early on about being a surgeon, but me and organic chemistry didn't get along too well. I come from a family of doctors, so it really was all I wanted to do. Yeah, my deal with my parents was that they were very supportive of my career, but I had to finish university, and so I did 2 years at Boston University, and I was dating a girl from Bel Air, California, who graduated. She said, "Come on out with me." And I was like, "This is great. This is, I'm involved with this girl, which is great. And I get to move out and stay at her place in Bel Air, like Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and
Right.
pursue my dream of acting." And I enrolled at UCLA to finish my degree in political science, which I did. But I mean, I just hit the ground running. I was knocking on doors, and I really went after it.
Wow. Your dad's a writer. You're a writer.
Yeah, my dad's an interesting guy. My dad actually went to Brown and Wharton. He was a business guy. He ran our company business, which was at one time a chain of 52 jewelry stores.
Oh.
Sold the business and started writing books. I think my dad is on like his 10th or 11th book now. It's
Wow.
pretty, yeah. And I'm finishing my 5th, which I'm co-authoring with my wife Michelle. It's the 3rd installment of the Way of the Cobra franchise, and it's called Cobra Couples.
Oh, nice. That's that.
Yeah.
You got the writing from your dad. You got the style from your mom, she says.
Yeah. Well, I listen. I think I got the best parts of both of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I read an article she did where she said you guys she took you fishing a lot when you were a kid, and then you were really close to her brother, your uncle, and that kind of good family in California. So you had a great family support system.
I had a great upbringing. I mean, I was very fortunate, very privileged and blessed. I think I got some solid business acumen from my dad. My mother is very creative, and
wow.
I kind of got the best of both worlds. My uncle, who you mentioned, is a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon. That's kind of where I got the idea of wanting to be a surgeon early on. But I'm not one, but I do play one on TV on Studio City. So
right,
it's great. You get to skip the medical school and be a doctor.
Yeah, that's a good series on Prime. And you wrote that, right?
I did. Well, I was one of the writers. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So you're doing a lot of stuff with the supporting the USO.
Yeah.
Out of your proceeds. What do you have like as far as your merchandise, and what do you like?
So I don't have a lot of it. I have a couple pieces in front of me. So let me preface this by saying that I'm a huge supporter of the military.
Yep.
First responders, etc. My wife and I serve as members of the board of the West Hollywood Sheriff's Foundation, and I wanted to give back. And so I had gone to Bosnia and Kosovo with USO in about 1993, I think.
Right.
And what great work they were doing, and how actors and entertainers were so appreciated when we would go to these remote locations to go see our men and women on the front line.
Right. We loved it.
Yeah. So I'm giving a portion of the proceeds from my store, which is wayofthecobra.com, and we've got everything from, let's see, we've got tumblers. This is Your Karate's a Joke tumbler. We've got hoodies, shirts, notebooks. I mean, all sorts of stuff. And we're giving away these cool Your Karate's a Joke keychain with every purchase. So if you get a chance, please go to wayofthecobra.com and pick up something, because you're going to be helping out our troops through USO.
Wayofthecobra.com.
Wayofthecobra.com.
Thank you. And I started reading your book, Way of the Cobra. I got the audio book, but I think I'm going to order a paper book. I think I like that.
Yeah, order a paper book, and when you're done, get the sequel. The sequel's fantastic. I mean, if I do say so myself, it's called Welcome to the Kumite. And Kumite, of course, is an epic battle, and you're trying to conquer your greatest opponent, which of course is yourself. And how do you do that? You do it by having a metaphoric death every day and being reborn as a better, wiser, kinder, tougher version of who you were the day before. And it's a never-ending process.
Wow. You're a very good person. I mean, I can tell. I mean, you give off this great vibe. I mean,
Oh, thanks, brother.
Thank you for taking the time to talk.
Pleasure.
You I mean, honestly, I mean, I geeked out over you when I was a kid. So, I mean, just to be here talking to you is like wild, you know, for me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Really, you know, the people that are the, you know, supporters of the Karate Kid Cobra Kai universe are such amazing fans. And, you know, we wouldn't have the success of having the #1 show in the world if it wasn't for you guys. And, you know, one of the coolest aspects of this whole fun ride has been the sense of community that I've encountered with people all over the world. And, you know, yeah, sure, I'm on the other side of it because I'm a part of it, but we're all sort of, you know, fans of the concept and everything. And I think it unites us. It's a common denominator. And I've just made some amazing friendships and relationships with people like yourself. And you know, long after Cobra Kai is gone, I certainly hope that those will continue on.
And you did so much more. I mean, just watching all your, I mean, you were the Outsiders when they were on TV.
Yeah.
You think that was, I mean, awesome. You had to play a Soch, but I mean, that was amazing. I mean, just so much. I mean, you worked with, I mean, then you did an episode of Walker, I think, right, with Chuck Norris.
Oh my God, that was you know, that was a bucket list thing. You know, I remember it was about 11. My dad must have gone somewhere where he met Chuck Norris and got me a signed autograph picture that said, "To Sean, keep on kicking, Chuck." And then a couple decades later, there I am doing a fight scene with Chuck Norris himself, and it was just, I mean, another pinch me moment.
Yep. It's great to still have those.
Yeah, nicest guy in the world too.
Yep. And as you are too. So I very much thank you for everything. Anything else you want to say to anybody, or
anything else I want to say to anybody? Well, yeah, if you haven't seen Cobra Kai, for God's sake, you know, get on it and watch it.
I don't think there's a lot of people out there that haven't.
And if you haven't, please watch The Bold and the Beautiful. I'm on The Bold and the Beautiful. It's going to be my 25th year next year on and off the show. Came on in 2000. And what else? I'm excited. I've got a TEDx talk coming up in October. So it's going to be based on, you know, the principles and philosophy of my books. So things are pretty busy. And then when is this going to be? When is this going to drop, this podcast?
Monday.
Oh, Monday. Okay. So then I'm going to be in Sioux Falls, Iowa for GeekCon. I think it's called GeekCon. And that's going to be August the 22nd, I believe. So I hope people will come out, and I have to check. You know, here it is. Let's see. When is that going to be? And of course, I don't have it in front of me. But I hope people will come out and check that out. And I'll be at Chiller in Parsippany, New Jersey in October. So a lot of different things going on.
Where can people find out, you know, where you're going to be? Do you have anything like where they could post that, or
just follow me on my Instagram. It's Sean.Kanan. I put everything on there. I keep my DMs open. I try to respond to as many people as I can. So please hit me up there, and you know, let me know if you're interested in finding out what I'm doing or anything about my books or coaching. I'd love to talk to you.
For sure. Thank you for taking the time again.
Hey, brother, my pleasure. And I'm glad we finally got to do this. And I hope everything is okay with everything you went through too.
You too.
Okay. Take care, Rich. All the best.
Bye-bye.